I hope everyone's doing well today. I gotta tell you, I'm freaking tired. I'm just done today. Um, done with society as a whole, but I'm also done because I'm just wore out. Um, that's something all of us, not just preppers, but people in general, especially in. Hold on, hung up in this damn thing. People need to be wary of is we try to do so many things. Hey, Loretta, good to see you. We try to do so many things for so many people, and we tend to forget. This is probably one of the most dangerous things we do. We tend to forget to take care of ourselves, whether it's physically, like you don't go to the gym or you don't eat right, but also, hey, GG Farms, GGG Farm, Triple G Farms. There you go. That's easier to say. Oh yeah, don't pull in front of semis, by the way. That's also dangerous. But we tend to forget. We try to do so much for other folks, and we forget to take care of ourselves. And when you say that, you normally think physically, like, oh, I didn't go to the gym. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't eat lunch, or I'm not eating salad or whatever. But it's also emotionally and psychologically. Hey, Dave, what's going on this morning? And you get tired. I got up this morning, and it's normally my nature. I tend to be a little bit more energetic, like, let's go, let's do something. And today I was a basic, excuse my language, I got up and said, fuck the universe. And then, of course, Bentley was in the let's go get treats mode, and that was way too much puppy for me this morning. So I actually had to kennel him so I wouldn't scold him. I'm just like, I'm going to put you in confinement until you come down a notch so I can handle you. And I think dogs are little angels that are in our lives for a period of time. But hey, GMA Nana. But yeah, we tend to try to do so many things for folks that we tend to forget ourselves. And I think, honestly, that's one of the biggest dangers in the modern world, is that we're always connected. Hey, Holly, your phone, your email. Sometimes I won't read emails. I'll miss texts and emails. People are like, well, don't you check? I'm like, I get like 150 emails, literally 100 plus emails from work every day, plus personal emails and advertisements that show up and texts, and we don't ever stop and just have quiet. And I think what that often leads to is a couple of things. One, it leads to stress, right? Yeah, if only we could do it to people, true. I think it leads to people getting stressed out excessively, to where they just get worn out. They get tired. They lose focus. They spend money they shouldn't, or they eat things they probably should do without. Hey, Joe. I think it's important that we remember to take care of ourselves. Hey, Nunya. Especially you own property, you have families, and you get up and the first thing pops in your head is just go until you get everything done. And getting worn out, or even getting just tired of everything, is a problem. And it's easy to do if you watch channels a lot. And there's a fine line between telling people about the news and what's going on and how it can affect you, and going down a rabbit hole into, oh, we all gonna die. And granted, I love Hudson Valley's take on it, that we all gonna die Wednesday, right? Because eventually we all pass away. So, and that's the whole humor of it. But there's a point to it too. You can get so involved in that you kind of lose focus on like real life shit. So I'll give you an example. For those of you probably seen on Instagram, it was more on Instagram than YouTube. I didn't even see it that much on TikTok. A hotel in Dallas or Fort Worth exploded. Now, the whole building didn't come tumbling down, but the first floor blew out, and about 22 people went to the hospital. One was critical. We had about 5 that were serious. And we have the storms, as Loretta pointed out, up in the north. We're going to get storms here, so that's where I'm doing my field visits today. As you can see, it's nice, because I damn well know in about 48 hours, I'm not going to be able to drive on some of these roads. Not safely, anyway. And, you know, at first everyone was like, oh, police presence. And then it turned out the building, I looked up the building because it was near the Fort Worth stockyards. Any of you, hey, Astatine, familiar with Texas history, the stockyards go back to like the 1800s, right? This building, the hotel, was originally built as, for some other reason, in 1920. It is a 100-year-old building. Now it's made of like masonry, like brick and rock. I mean, it's built like a tank. So there was a kitchen and restaurant, AKP, in the first floor, and apparently there was a gas leak or something failed, something happened, and it blew out the kitchen. At least that's what it seems like. It blew out the kitchen. And hey, Red Dawn, I feel all that roaming. I think it is mostly comes from, yeah, sorry I couldn't catch all of that, Red Dawn. Thanks for joining us too. A situation like that, right? A hotel blows up. Now, thankfully, I've never had one blow up on me with me in it, right? That's the kind of stuff Vision, you're much more likely to deal with than the alien in the mall in Florida. Which actually, I find it hard to believe there were like 8,000 people in the mall with 8,000 cell phones, and the only video we got of the alien was from across the street up on the building. Like, I mean, if there were legit aliens, I'd like to see the aliens, because that's fucking cool. Or horrifying, but only 1 or 2 pieces of footage, I'm like, eh. And then one person actually did a video with an ET running around the mall, which was completely fake, and it was so bad that it was funny. But in reality, the kind of things you're going to deal with as a person who's prepping more day to day is going to be, I Pilgrim and someone else jumped in there. I didn't get to see who it was. The people you're going to see more day to day is going to be, or the things you're going to see more day to day are going to be bad traffic accidents, like what happened on I-10. The storm came in, people didn't watch the weather, and they got hung up in the storm, and then they had these massive wrecks where like 30, 40 vehicles were involved. That's an SHTF on a personal level. You're in a hotel catches fire. That's something that happens quite a bit. Or there's an alarm, you have to get out of the building. You're in an airport and there's a blackout because of a storm. These are the kind of things that were way more likely to hurt us on a day-to-day basis than the chupacabra. I don't know if there's a chupacabra. I know my uncle, God rest his soul, he was a World War II vet. He's an old man, and he got angry because his goats were getting scattered, so he went on the roof of the house with an old M1 carbine. I'm going to shoot the chupacabra. He did not see a chupacabra on the roof after drinking the rum. But point being, we've never seen one in the family, and apparently we've got chupacabra hunters in the family, and we have not yet to actually find one. And there's a dispute now because the Mexican chupacabra is more like a werewolf, like a little werewolf, whereas the Puerto Rican chupacabra is a gargoyle. So now it's an argument over which one is actually the chupacabra and which one's lying. Point being, chances of you getting an alien or chupacabra versus, say, getting caught in a bad storm on a highway is going to be it's going to be very small. So people are getting tired because there's a lot going on and people are trying to process it. It's the Mexican chupacabra. Joe's biased because his buddies from work used to be a bunch of Mexicans. He's like, yeah, their chupacabra is correct. Although the Dominican chupacabra is like a vampire, which is really messed up. And it's ugly as shit too. That should be my next, one of my future polls is, what is the chupacabra? What does it actually look like? But folks, we get so busy with our work, our families, our jobs, or whatever the hell we got going on, taking care of the people in our families, and then we forget to take care of ourselves. We don't sleep right, we eat garbage, and you just get worn out. And then you have, channels are like, death is imminent. And, now it's to the point that some of the channels that won't fearmonger are putting death is imminent and being really snarky about it, because now the sarcasm's kind of funny. But truthfully, what you're going to deal with is going to be the stuff like the hotel that blew out on the first floor. It's going to be things like getting caught in those snowstorms. It happened on I-95 back in 2019, 2020. We had those big wrecks on I-20 and I-10 in Oklahoma and in Texas during snowstorms. The East Coast I-95, people were coming up from the beach in swimsuits and flip-flops and got caught in a blizzard that dropped a foot of snow, and they had no cold weather clothes. That's a problem. That can cost you your life. Getting caught in a flash flood. Migrants. But does he eat the ones from overseas? Did that person just throw a dog out of their car? Bro, legit, if you just tossed a dog, you suck ass. Hold on a second, folks. I hope he just threw garbage. Hold on, I don't see a dog. Nope. Man, I swear that dude tossed an animal out of that car. Man, I'm on the highway, I can't really pull over. That sucks, the person did that. There have been so many abandoned dogs, beautiful, beautiful dogs too. There was a big old German Shepherd was following me around downtown the other day. And very sweet, she clearly was fed. But whoever it was took her collar off and dumped her on the road. It was a big girl too. Hey, Independent. Hey, Random. So, and so going back to the tired thing, it's going to be easy to get very tired listening to a lot of stuff. So don't try to prepare for everything. Prepare for the things that are most reasonably going to affect you, right? The chupacabra, probably lower priority than, say, a criminal in a mall. You guys got what I'm saying? And it's important for us to not lose perspective, because then it's very easy to waste time, money, exhaust ourselves trying to prepare for things that chances are won't happen. Now, the other thing people are tired of is stupid. I'm definitely tired of it. I saw a video yesterday. So the protesters, I guess they were pro-Palestinian, because that's the protest of the year, right? Is the Palestinian thing. Last election, it was the BLM and the Antifas and all that shit. Now it's Palestine, which is making a lot of people's head explodes, because a lot of the Jewish community is now under attack by the left, and they weren't expecting that. Now they're freaking out, so it's just really messy. But they blocked the road, and this guy came out, and he was in a work shirt, like he had just come from a garage or something. And thin guy, he looked absolutely frustrated, and he started pushing the protesters away. And they're like, hey, you can't touch us. And he said, I need to get home to my children. My children need to be picked up. Why are you punishing us? Go punish the politicians. And he's arguing and he's shoving them. Finally, he said, I'm just going to roll forward because you shouldn't be here anyway. And he rolled forward real slow, but he wouldn't take his foot off the gas. He rolled through them and they had to move. And finally, one of the protesters told him to stop, and she moved everyone and said, hey, he's got his kids, let him through. But he had a point. The man did not look belligerent. He was not ugly. He did not curse ugly. He wanted to get home. Why are these protesters punishing people going to work? You know, you want to make a change? Go block up the front of the White House. Go protest your governor. Don't stop the guy leaving the garage or wherever he worked to go pick up his kiddos. I absolutely feel for the guy. Now, the sad thing is, because of the stupid in our society, it's conceivable in another place he could have been charged with assault because he put hands on morons who were in the middle of a street. Dude, you're going backwards on the highway. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Am I not supposed to go here? We've got a construction truck and everyone's like, I don't know what the hell everyone's doing here. Your flag man's like stoned or something. He's supposed to actually use the flag. Hashtag employees, right? Right, they're blocking an airport. What is that accomplishing? All you're doing is pissing off the general public. Go, if you don't like Israel, go protest the Israeli embassy. That's what they do overseas, right? They get angry at us, they go fuck up the embassy. Go throw eggs at the embassy. I mean, don't be violent, but go protest there. Protest the mayor. Don't protest the people coming from work. Hey, devil dog. And that people are tired of. And that guy, you could see it in his face. He clearly had been at work all day. He wanted to go home to his family. He wanted to go home to his kids. And for the record, the driver, the guy who was doing the pushing, was a black guy. He was a black man. The protesters were all white. And actually, the lady who broke it up was like Korean or something. And she was the one who was like, everybody move away. Like, this guy has kids. Let's send him. And she was the only rational one. And I'm thinking, look, if you want to change people's hearts, don't piss them off. Right? You block me, you know what? I don't care what your cause is. Now you're an asshole. Now, what they could have done is been in the street handing out flyers. Hey, support Hamas, support Palestine, and call your congressman. This is the number. Email this guy. He's our congressman. And make a change. Sending you an email message for something else. Tired is when we make mistakes. Yeah, and that's a very good point, is once you're tired, whether you're frustrated at stupid or you've just exhausted yourself, is when you start making these mistakes. Is when you start committing errors. You spend too much money, you buy things you really didn't need. More importantly, if you're working on something, physically working with tools, is when you can hurt yourself. Most of the accidents I've seen in my career, and even fatalities, have been the result of fatigue. Guys and girls, they get tired, they're not paying attention, someone gets hurt. I've had coworkers get killed because they fell asleep behind the wheel instead of just pulling over and calling the dispatcher and saying, hey, I gotta pull over, I'm falling asleep here. They kept going through, they fell asleep behind the wheel and got killed. Young guys too, a couple of them. And now you've left a wife, kids. I mean, for what? That's when you make mistakes. That's when things start happening the wrong way. And folks are tired. So, ladies and gentlemen, getting into the really outlandish stuff is just going to exhaust you more. I would recommend this coming year, and I think a lot of channels, we're all tired, kind of collectively. Now's a great time to say, you know what, enough. Let's stay with the basics. Have the food, have the first aid, get the training, get the knowledge. Buy a couple, read some books, chat online. I'm trying to find a format where I can, basically leave open chat and people could go and chat with each other. But get on forums, and preferably in a productive way, and trade ideas. Save some money. Take a break every now and then. Go have a smoke, a drink, go take a walk, whatever it is you do. Because everyone's tired. They're tired of the news. Every time I turn on the news, Israel blew something up, and now Hamas is angry, and Hezbollah did something, and then, hell, we haven't heard about the two morons, Vlad and Vlad, in a couple of weeks. I'm assuming that's going to become a thing again. It's too much. And when when we get that exhausted, when we get that tired, we neglect the most important things, especially our mental and physical well-being. Understanding what's going on, that's great. But don't get too deep into it. Don't freak out about it. Stay on budget, right? Right now, they say the economy is great. The economy is not great. The economy is crap. Maybe in a year it'll be great. Maybe not. We don't know. But it's important that every one of us not lose our minds trying to get things done, right? We're just going to wear each other out, wear ourselves out. And for what? So, folks, like I said, I woke up this morning, I was done. Like, I got up and I was like, the universe can kiss my ass. That's basically my attitude when I woke up this morning. I'm still dragging. I don't know if I'm dehydrated or I'm just damn tired. I added up my miles in the last month and a half. I've clocked, hey, XNYC, I clocked 3,200 miles in 6 weeks. That's a lot, even for me. I'm freaking wore out. And it was long driving, not like a lot of zipping back and forth. I just got behind the slowest truck in the universe. And I don't know what he's hauling. He's hauling a big-ass box of shit. Take the time to disconnect. Take the time to evaluate what you've done. And, I bet a lot of you have done more than you think you did. Hey, the dude. But don't get stuck down. Yeah, exactly, Vision. And people are tired. And, just take the time to back away from the stuff and go, hey, look, I'm going to stick to the basics. What I do, this is me personally, I pick 1 or 2 subjects a week. As a matter of fact, what I started doing so I don't make myself crazy, I put them in Outlook, which is very geeky, right? But every Saturday, it'll be every 4th Saturday of the month, it'll be check canned goods or some shit like that. And just, or just get your own schedule. You pick something new every, people are accept an action but one. Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't see it. It went by too fast. But yeah, folks, don't, and again, a lot of people, what's the yellow thing? Oh, this thing. This is an H2S monitor. So I was on a frac location, and there's a possibility if something isn't done right that we get hydrogen sulfide comes to surface, and that will put you on the ground really fast. You think fentanyl is bad? You get hit with H2S, you're going down. So we have everybody has a detector on them, and then basically we'd have to bail if something showed up. The companies I'm dealing with right now, most of them are actually really good at what they do, but sometimes shit fails, like the hotel, right? Hotel in Fort Worth, everyone's like, oh, terrorism. What terrorism? It's a 100-year-old building with a big-ass bar and grill in the basement or in the first floor. And the gas leaked, and boosh, out it came. It blew out, which is sad because that's a really nice building. And the reason the building didn't come crumbling down is because it was made in 1920 when they used boulders, big-ass bricks to make all the walls and everything, so that thing could probably withstand bombings and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. Hey, book club. I'm seeing comments, but I can't see who's making them. Sorry, I got glare from the background. Everyone's tired. I'm tired. I'm sure many of you are. Take the time. Hey, Sassy. Take the time to just back away and reevaluate what you're doing. Hey, pick a prep. Pick a subject. Batteries, food, clothing, Oh, winter's coming. Pull out the generator, check the generator if you haven't done so, say in the last month or two, and make sure that it turns over, it runs, you have a little bit of gas to run it, put it back, done, let it go. You're gonna go check your ammo, go check your ammo, do an inventory, say, oh, I need, 22. Put it on your shopping list, let it go. Put everything back, stock it up, and be done. Running yourself on the hamster wheel of weirdness is just going to wear you out. Now, that's what we can control, right? We can control our own reaction and stuff. We can't control stupid protesters. And we saw that with that guy trying to drive home to get his kids. And he got frustrated. He started shoving the protesters. That's a failure of government. That is an illegal protest. A legal protest, you would take out a permit, the police or the sheriff would reroute traffic, and then they'd say, okay, you can march down Main Street between 8 and noon. And then you reroute everyone else so people can go around, and if protest in that area. Okay, when you're blocking live traffic, that's illegal. But they're not enforcing it. Nobody wants to enforce anything because they're afraid of offending voters. We need to absolutely offend people. Honestly, we really do. I think, and I've heard this comment made before, I don't remember who made it. Gen Z, these young guys and girls that are out there blocking traffic, they don't know how to handle stress. So when people try to talk to them, they screech, like children. Like when you tell your child, go to bed, and they scream. But they're grown adults doing this. Those of you, I'm sure many of you saw that guy in Las Vegas jump at the judge over the judge's table. He ran at the judge. He went right over the bar and everything, and the bailiffs grabbed his ass. And he's been arrested 3 or 4 times for assault, for, various violence. He said, I don't deserve to be in jail. And the judge says, well, you're not getting it, so you're going to get something different. You're going to have a penalty. And before she could sentence him, he came over and knocked her out of her chair. And the cops grabbed him. And the mother is on the news going, well, he has mental illness. So that's now the cop-out for everything is, oh, well, he's mentally ill. No, well, if he's mentally ill, you know what? Teach him a consequence. Look, dogs are not dogs are not stupid, right? Dogs are smart. I can't reason with a dog, right? Hey, Niels. But if a puppy nips me and I smack him on the snout a couple of times, and he learns every time I nip Dad, I get a smack on the head, he's going to stop. As primal as his mind is, he will understand there's a consequence. When I commit this action, something happens to me that I do not like. Therefore, I don't do that action, I don't get the consequence. That's why you have people playing games like the knockout game. They go over and they cold cock people, they punch people, right? And then you have one punched an MMA fighter, it was a lady. The guy came and smacked her and she kicked the shit out of this guy. I mean, she threw his ass down and she rained on him. And the other guy ran away. You know what, though? That guy got a consequence. I mean, and then other people jumped in and beat his ass too. He got a consequence. Oh, wow, I grabbed the wrong girl. Maybe I shouldn't do that, and I won't get punched in the face by a small MMA fighter. I think that's one thing we cannot control. So, again, what we consume, how seriously we take things, the way we prep, the way we react to prepping, how we take care of ourselves, we can control that. So try to keep that in your sphere of influence, right? Don't forget to sleep right. Don't forget to eat a meal when you have to. Don't forget to take a break. Don't forget to go for a walk, have a smoke, have a drink, whatever it is you do to decompress. At the same time, we can't control the people outside. And those people can be equally exhausting. And what you can do is avoid them. Because no one else is giving them consequences. No one else is giving them repercussions. They're just doing whatever. And we're creating almost like a mass psychosis in our society where you do whatever the hell you want and hurt other people. And when they try to punish you, you claim that you have mental illness. Not that there aren't legitimate mental illnesses. Mental illness, or you're triggered, or you needed a safe space. I hate to say it, there really is no safe space. And yeah, FAFO. Well, to that point, people are tired. And I think, breaking people's windows while they're driving is going to get you run over. I watched a lady leaving church, another video, and a guy was yelling at her, because I guess she made a bad turn, right? It was an innocent wrong turn. Like, she cut the guy off, but he was kind of in her blind spot. And he's yelling, he starts hitting her window. So she says, let go, let go. He goes, and he tries to break open her window. So she says, okay, I'm driving. And then she starts driving, and he wouldn't let go. And I hear her in the video go, you go hang on then, see how that works. And eventually he actually fell. He busted his ass. What was he thinking? Why are you grabbing someone's cart? And those people are making people tired. So, folks, if you take anything away from my little rant today, control what you can. You can control what you consume, control who you follow, control what you listen to. You can also control how you prep, control your budget. Those things are within your sphere for the most part. I mean, things happen, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. You can't control stupid. My safe space. Yeah, no kidding, right? A $500 million bunker. To be fair, if I was the COO of a company and I had money, I would absolutely make a bomb shelter. But I would do it like the Cold War bomb shelters, And then I would do a video in black and white with the suit and tie and the 1950s voice for everyone to see, and today we will talk about the underground bunker here in Texas, go through it. Like those old Cold War videos we all used to watch as kids. But you can't control these stupid people. So either avoid them, or I guess give them a consequence. I guess that would be a good way to relieve your stress. You just go smack the shit out of someone. But, I mean, not that I'm endorsing you to go, provocatively go and whack the shit. Hey, go and smack the shit out of someone else. But try and avoid those people. And that's why when I travel, I often say it's so important to understand, check the news, check the weather, know what you're driving into, what you're flying into. So you don't drive, you drive 5 hours. And I drive into Dallas or Houston. I make this long ass road trip. And I get stuck in an Antifa protest or Palestine, whatever the hell the protest. And by then I'm going to be pissed, right? I've been on the road for 5 hours. I have to pee. I'm hungry. And now you're blocking me. Now I want to hit you with my truck. So inform yourself so that you can avoid the idiots. You know what I'm saying? Grabbing someone's car. It was funny because she started rolling slow and you could see his hands on the window. And she says, let go, let go. Okay, you hold on then. And then she goes fast. And you hear, and I'm like, that's what you get. And then you hear someone in the back go, well, he'll stop doing that now. It's like, well, pee in a bottle. See, and it depends if Evil Pete comes out, he will go and pee on someone's foot. And then I'm going to get a ticket for peeing in public. Although apparently in some cities you can walk around with your junk out, and that's okay. Which just, in front of children, no less. But, anyway, again, more stupid, right? Avoid those people. Research before you go somewhere, before you travel somewhere, and make sure you're not going into a problem. Now, last warning, there are already storms on the northern half of the U.S. All of us in the south, basically anyone south of like that line from Tulsa down, we're going to get it at the end of the week. So watch your traffic, check your tires, fuel up your car calmly. Don't freak out. Just make ready. Hey, take care of vision. Make ready and then go hang out and see how the storms play out in your area. But please, folks, don't overconsume the really outrageous stuff. It's just going to make you nuts. Instead, what I would encourage you to do, look at the reality of stuff, right? The fire in the hotel, traffic accidents, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, the more real life, the things you read about every other day. That's what you should prep for first. And most of those things will also apply for the Chupacabra, the aliens, Godzilla, and whatever the hell else shows up. Don't prep for that really outrageous shit before it's snowing here again. We're all gonna die though. Canadian prepper. I haven't watched him in a hot minute. I will give him credit. His videos are very well made, quality wise. Every now and then he has a really good analysis.